Very good evening. I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC Evening News. In our top story tonight, promises of an intensive island-wide program to fix major roads. They're coming from Transport and Works Minister Michael Lashley. In addition, he's cautioning against moves by interest groups such as the Barbados Road Safety Association to place flags and other objects along the island's roadways, alerting motorists to potholes. Kareem Smith has more on that story.
As Barbadians plead for better conditions on the roads, Transport Minister Michael Lashley has announced that they're moving to address what some persons are calling a pothole crisis on the island. In an exclusive CBC interview, he promised that come next Monday, a task force aimed at maintaining the island's roads would be back on track. Its aim? To restore all of Barbados's roads to acceptable standards in 6 weeks. Following the spate of heavy rains on the island, which took a toll on the roads, contractors who produce the hot mix necessary for the road repairs have been on vacation since early December, causing a slowdown in government efforts. His comments came hours after the Barbados Road Safety Association's president criticized government handling of the matter while embarking on a program to place markers at various potholes around the island. He says while such efforts are intended for good, they're in breach of Section 13 of the Barbados Highways Act and could prevent unwanted distractions to motorists.
What happens if I drive down the road and I'm distracted by a blue flag or a yellow flag and I take my eye off the road and then someone rear-end me? The question is, who will be liable?
Chief Technical Officer at the Ministry national level is however promising that the needs of citizens would not be neglected. But he encourages patience and understanding in tackling the issues.
There's no pothole today, that does not mean that there will not be a pothole tomorrow. And our response time, even if fast, will still not be immediate. So with those provisos, we would say yes, the roads should be back up to usable standards in this timeline, this short timeline, but that road users, I exhort road users to exercise that duty of care also in using the road.
In the face of such strong promises by the ministry, the hope of most Barbadians tonight is that smoother roads are ahead. Kareem Smith, CBC News.
Only a few days into the new year and already there are good economic signs for the country. Barbadians are reportedly taking their hard-earned money and investing in what is now a hot commodity, savings bonds. Shane Seeley has that story.
Just about 6 weeks into the latest $10 million bond issue and already $3.8 million of bonds have been sold. It continues a trend where Barbadians are feeling confident in the bonds and by extension, the economy.
What happened obviously when we relaunched in 2015, there was a serious rush. Since then it has leveled out. There's still a great deal of interest, so we are selling a lot faster than we were selling in say 2013, 2014. We are very pleased with the response. We're seeing Barbadians becoming more aware of savings bonds, understanding them better, and therefore, taking the time to ask questions and then in turn to invest in savings bonds. We are very, very pleased with the response we've had in the last 18 months or so.
The central bank's a senior currency officer tells CBC News that the interest rate of 5.5% is very attractive. But more importantly, people feel safe that when the bonds mature, they'll get their money.
You're looking at an investment that gives you a return of 5.5%, which is a lot higher than what you would get for similar types of investments. So the issue really was in terms of people being familiar with savings bonds. And I think that's what we've been working on in the last 18 months since June 2015 to make sure that Barbadians are aware. Barbadians are a smart group of people, and when you put an opportunity before them for them to invest, to make a good return on their investment, something that is a safe investment that is very attractive, and also offers you the opportunity to cash in at any point in time. So you have everything that you would want in an investment, and it's giving you better rate of return than you would find someplace else. I think that's why Barbadians are responding so well to the savings bonds.
And at this rate, it's estimated that the bonds will be sold out by early March. Shane Seeley, CBC News.
Barbados' yachting industry is on the right track. This assessment from former government senator and consultant to the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., Peter Gilks. He says the government has been doing a lot to develop yachting since 2008 and has made progress in the area. While he notes projects such as the proposed marina at Pier Head will enhance the industry, he's mindful government's spending power is constrained at this time.
The Pier Head is being a person involved in yachting, yes, it's dear to me. If you have to balance the needs versus what can be done and what you have money to do, I think that the balancing act there was a marina versus building the Sam Lords Hotel for the government. And I support the building of the Sam Lords Hotel as a first choice. I think that we can do some other things that need to be done in terms of the marina project, and we can do what we have to do to make those yachts comfortable in Barbados.
Mr. Gilks also believes Barbados will continue to attract super yacht owners even though it is missing a marina.
We don't have the marina. I saw in the press on Sunday, discussion on the marina. We don't have a marina, but that doesn't deter owners from using Barbados as a desirable spot. We have in Barbados, we have a lot of what typical yacht owners like that would like to have. That is, we have fantastic restaurants, fantastic hotels, we have golf, polo, horse racing, all the things that type of clientele is attracted to.
Worried parents and guardians of students attending the embattled Combermere School will soon know that institution's fate when the Ministry of Education holds meetings with two interest groups this Friday, January 6th. Shane Jones tells us more.
The ministry will meet separately with parents and guardians of Combermere students at its Waterford St. Michael location at 1 p.m. Then at 3, a meeting will be convened with the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union at the headquarters of the Ministry of Education. Acting Minister of Education, Senator Harry Husbands, has appealed to all parents and guardians to attend what he is calling a very important meeting, which aims to inform them of the status of the 321-year-old institution temporarily closed since November 2016. Meanwhile, Senator Husbands has pointed out that work, which was ongoing at the school during the Christmas vacation, will soon be completed. He stressed that the work is set to come to an end with the expectation that the school will reopen by the start of the term next week. Last month, 6 formers from Combermere were housed at Erdeston Teachers Training College, while 5th formers were accommodated at the Samuel Jackman Prescott Polytechnic. The other students remained at home. Shane Jones, CBC News.
Coming up, the Labour Department's having a look at the Indian Pond accident in which a worker fell 20 feet to his death.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
Christmas is not Christmas without Bico ice cream. So this year they're giving you 2 great specials on all flavors of 2.5-liter Double Delight or the 4-liter size value pack, either for just $36.50 each. The choice is yours. So put Bico on your list this Christmas. This offer available for participating outlets island-wide. Bico Mobile is and the Bico Direct Outlet on Harbour Road. Happy holidays from all at Bico.
The Labour Department is investigating the accident on December 29th that left an American visitor to the island dead. 26-year-old Alex Miano was working on the stage at Indian Pond, St. Joseph, when he fell from a 20-foot scaffolding to his death. Today, workmen were busy dismantling the stage where the Old Year's Night Fete was held. The show went on even after the 26-year-old American lost his life just hours before. Now, the Labour Department, as it does in all such incidents, according to Acting Senior Safety and Health Officer Alison Elcock, is investigating. She says they became aware of the accident through reports in the media and are carrying out investigations to obtain more information. Ms. Elcock could not comment directly on the investigation, but says in situations like these, the officer will be trying to get a sense of what happened at the time, as well as the factors that led up to the incident. According to her, a major part of the investigation is to determine how similar processes can be improved in order to prevent accidents from recurring. The fete was hosted by the Harbour Lights nightclub. Officials there declined to comment when contacted. And the Barbados Family Planning Association has seen an increase in the number of cases of sexually transmitted infections, or STIs, in 2016. 3,400 blood tests for STIs were done last year, compared with 2,970 in 2015. While not giving an exact breakdown, the BFPA's Executive Director, Juliette Bino-Sutherland, believes the spike in figures is due to more awareness of the matter.
We recognize that the more work you do with vulnerable communities, it's just a natural corollary that you once you're engaged in certain kinds of activities. So we say to not do work on sex work, to not work with vulnerable community, puts the wider community at risk. Sex workers don't have sex with themselves, they have sex with husbands and brothers and sisters and cousins.
The number of HIV tests done were also up from 965 in 2015 to 1,027 in 2016. Mrs. Bino-Sutherland says they will be expanding HIV treatment services.
When you come to Barbados Family Planning, should you be diagnosed as HIV positive, you don't have to deal with the fear and stigma of going into the system and having people know that you're HIV positive. You stay here and you're able to access treatment because of a partnership we have running with the Ministry of Health with support from the US government. So that helps significantly reduce the stigma associated with HIV.
Roundabouts across the island could be in for a major facelift in the coming months. This as the Barbados Horticultural Society, funded by the Peter Moores Trust, announced its roundabout beautification competition. President of the Society, Orson Daisley, believes that enhancing the country's landscape will be beneficial to locals and tourists alike and positively impact the island's tourism product. Entrants will have over 40 public roundabouts to choose from and will be judged in 4 categories.
The judging of these roundabouts will take place between the 4th of April and the 6th of April this year. And in the categories for these roundabouts will be done on the use of drought-tolerant plants to increase the sustainability of the landscaping, the diversity of the plants around the roundabouts, attractiveness of design, and the general condition and health of the plants.
First and second place winners will receive $4,000 and $2,000 respectively in each of the categories. The Society hopes that the competition will attract companies to those roundabouts which do not currently have a designated sponsor. Vice President Dr. Francis Chandler, however, cautioned that there was a process to follow when adopting a roundabout.
A certain procedure that has to be gone through to sponsor a roundabout. Nobody can just go on a roundabout and landscape it. They have to get permission from the Ministry of Transport, this projects division. I told you I spoke to the gentleman about it. So you have to write a letter saying you would like to sponsor, and apparently it takes at least a month to get a reply.
Well, be that as it may, she believes the duration of the competition allows sufficient time for this to be completed. Well, still to come, and look at some of the stories making headlines across the region.